I'm Jen Hecht.
And I'm Eve Monica.
And welcome to Dating in Heels. We are so excited that you tuned in today. We have the amazing and talented Sim Khan. Hello, owner of Brimble and Clark. So we're going to talk about 2018 fashion trends. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming out.
I know, this is an unbelievable studio. We are here. These are some amazing custom suits for guys. So tell us how you actually got into making custom suits.
Sure. So I was a litigation attorney for a long time, for about 4 years. And I was preparing for trial. I needed something to make me look more my age. I look permanently 17, but I'm 36 years old. So, I needed to dress the part to command the respect of a jury. And in any case, I tried to get something that would work for me in the city suit-wise, and it wasn't working out. So I decided to start building the business in custom suits. And then at some point, I guess fast forward 6 years, now clients include most of the Redskins. I'd say 16 players on the Redskins, guys like Kirk Cousins, Trent Williams, a lot of NFL players, guys like Diplo, DJ Snake, major recording artists, and awesome. And we just did a movie called Money with Kellan, Lutz, and Jamie Bamber, which was cool. On Netflix, check that out.
Oh yeah,
shout out to Money.
There you go. I like that. So what are some of the reasons that men buy suits? I mean, you have the Sims 4 reasons men buy suits. So tell us what that is.
So there are only 4 reasons why guys wear clothes at all, really, and this is definitely true for suits.
Because it's sold out.
That's part of it, actually. That's part of one of them. So the first reason is to show dominance and authority. The second reason is to build trust, kind of like at interviews. The third reason is seduction, dating.
Yes.
Okay. And the fourth reason is comfort. And most guys want to achieve all 4 or some degree of those 4. And different fabrics, different colors, different styles achieve each of those things more. So, yeah.
No, I like that, because what are some of the colors or trends? We'll get into trends, do's and don'ts, because there's
lots of don'ts.
Lots of don'ts.
Lots of don'ts.
But what are some of the colors that you're seeing now when your people are coming in and looking to buy customized suits?
So when people come in to buy custom suits nowadays, they're really, we show them all kinds of different fabrics. There's a good 3,000 suit fabrics and a good 4,000 plus shirt fabrics. But really what they gravitate towards most, because they're restarting their wardrobe, is blue and gray. So the first kind of go-to workhorse suit that I'm gonna recommend for a guy to date in, but also to build trust and show some authority, is gonna be the blue shark skin over here. So on this side, the blue shark is actually, people think shark skin is shiny. It's not shiny. There's a weave to it, a kind of a crosshatch in there that's very subtle, and that's what makes it a shark skin. But the nice thing about the suit is that it pops. Unlike the classic navy suit is very dark. The blue shark skin almost makes navy look black. So it's a good way to stand out when you're standing next to that average guy wearing a navy suit. You want to blow him out of the water. That's what you do. You wear a blue shark skin suit. Another good one for dating is the tan suit. So 3.5 season wear. You don't wear this in the dead of winter. I just made one of these for Kirk Cousins, and if you've seen him at pressers wearing it, it looks amazing. It's something that I'll say this just as a man, but I know this to be true. Women are hardwired to have seen this in like GQ and details and whatnot, and they've seen that look and they really appreciate it. So it's not abnormal, but it's something that definitely stands out, because when is the last time you saw a guy wearing a tan suit?
No,
it's very true.
It's really rare. So it's a good way to stand out. And for dating, you don't need to wear a full suit for a date. You can always wear jeans, khakis, chinos, that kind of thing, but always wear a jacket.
I love that advice. That is a life tip right
Why?
there. Because you look, well, you were talking about, let's talk about how you, off camera, we were talking about how they're shaped, so it makes you look bigger. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Exactly right. So that's exactly why. I like that. She's like, I'm relieved. I knew the answer to that question.
See, I'm learning here with everybody else.
So that's exactly right. So the thing that a jacket especially is, people call a suit of armor. A jacket gives you, it accentuates all the things that you already have, and it just kind of improves the way you look. So I'm not really working out right now, but I want to look like I'm working out. So this shoulder is a spalacamicia shoulder. There's nobody within 2 states and 3 cities, or was that? That's wrong. 2 cities and 3 states in the surrounding area that can even reverse engineer this shoulder. Nobody can do it. It's only produced in 2 small regions of Italy. One is Naples, one is just above Bologna. They're the only ones that can achieve this spalacamicia. Spalacamicia means shirt shoulder.
Oh.
Feels like a shirt, wears like a suit, and it's rounded, so you have all this bulge. Bulge is not something that you normally want in a Speedo or in your regular life.
I disagree about that.
Apparently that's a contentious issue. But you want to double down on that bulge when you're wearing a jacket. So you want to have this over here, this roundedness, and you want to have that V shape, that kind of Michael Phelps shape to your body when you're wearing clothes. So that's what this jacket achieves. You have more forward range of motion in this, and you have that shape that kind of makes you look a little bit, in French it's like costaud. In English it's just like kind of macho.
Macho, yeah.
I think the tan suit is very smart looking.
It is, and it's a good way to, it's the Swiss Army knife of suits, because you can take the pants and you can literally wear it with all of your other jackets, whatever you have in your closet.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
really,
multi-use.
I think
No-brainer.
as a woman, I look at that, I say, this man is grounded and responsible.
there you go.
Now, let's
There you go.
I like that because you made up a good point. Now, things have been changing too with how the pant legs are. So, if you can talk about the difference of, you're seeing more of a narrow, and so the background on that.
Absolutely. So it's a timeless detail. It's not necessarily a new thing. In Naples, in Italy, in Florence, they've been doing this for a very, very long time, decades, where the pant at the bottom narrows. If you look at the bottom of my pant, it's tapered down, meaning it narrows down at the bottom and it's a little bit shorter. And that gives you, again, that kind of Michael Phelps, that kind of like V swimmer built look that you want, as opposed to if you're over 65, you're probably used to the wider leg, a little bit longer, a little bit of bunching at the bottom. If you're dating, you don't want that. It's sloppy. It's just not good.
And does that narrow leg work well with athletes and most body types?
Yeah, for sure. So I just made something for, Kirk stuff is one thing, but I made some new suits for Trent Williams recently. Trent Williams on the Redskins is he's a giant kind of lineman, very intimidating guy. He's like, I move people, but I want to look very svelte and I want to look very athletic and lean. And so we made the jacket very shaped like that, and the pants at the bottom, he wants that kind of cigarette taper at the bottom. Even though he's got all this muscle up here, we give him that narrow at the bottom so he can look good for the lady.
I like that. Yeah, and the socks too, right? We keep talking about the socks.
Wow, so sock game is a very contentious issue. People have very strong opinions about it. What do you feel about socks? If somebody comes to a date and they're wearing crazy socks, what is your impression?
Okay, well, normally it's all about confidence and how you hold yourself, right? So you have some funky socks on and you're rocking it, like I get it, like okay, like this person, has it together, right? But if they're, kind of like, covering it up, I'm like, okay, you don't like it, or they're weird or bright. It's a conversation starter for sure.
But I also don't like when the socks take over the whole outfit.
That's
like there's too much.
I agree with that. I don't dig the crazy socks thing. It's not my thing for whatever reason. When a guy comes in here, I want him to leave looking like Bond. I don't want him to look dandyish, really. Like I don't want him to be a cartoon, just like kind of just very a gentleman butler. I don't like that look. And that's just me. I'm sure there are people who it works for. I understand that if the whole rest of your look is very muted and navy, that you want to have a little bit of, you're like your job is soul crushing and you want to have just a little bit of fun at the bottom,
right.
Then it's something to show off, I guess. But it's not something that I'm very into. It has kind of the same connotation as a top hat for me. And
it's like Monopoly.
yes, Monopoly Man, exactly what it feels like for me. So even though you have like I guess a little bit of sock showing, that's just because of the shoes I'm wearing, I think. I would keep the socks pretty muted. If you want to shine, there are other things you can do with your jacket, different things like that. Like, I would say that if you're out on a night out and you want to kind of start up some conversations and, ooh, can't do that. Sound stuff.
Oh.
This, in any case, velvet could be a good way to go. All right, so the reason...
Oh, I like the red.
The reason a guy will wear velvet to go out on a night out, let me get this exactly right. Yep. What do you see what do you want to do when you look at this jacket? Women love to pet the velvet. It is instinctual. It doesn't require any prompting or anything like that.
Like,
if you walk by and they're wearing velvet, they want to pet it. Yeah. And they're not going to stop petting it, and that can't be a bad thing.
Especially,
in dating life.
Nope.
So that can't hurt.
It's a conversation starter as well.
Definitely a conversation starter, and good for black tie events, gala stuff, charity work. It's a good way to go.
I do have a question about that velvet, because
Yes.
velvet was really big for women's fashion this winter.
Uh-huh.
That jacket is like a timeless piece, right? It's not like this season.
It's an old Sinatra look.
Okay.
So very Rat Pack, very kind of rich velvet. You do a velvet smoking jacket. So either you're wearing this to a black tie event with black pants, like black tuxedo pants, white shirt, black bow tie, or you're undoing the bow tie to go out at some guys do this for nightlife and club life.
After party.
After party. Yeah. Or you could even just set out for the night in jeans, like dark black jeans, dress shirt, and that velvet look. There's a couple of kinds, you know who you are, who do this all the time, and they always do it because it gets that result. It's the petting thing.
Well, that's brilliant.
That's smart.
Fix his collar.
It's
yes, fixes. Yeah.
Bottle service and velvet petting are hand in hand.
Trends on Twitter.
Yes.
Love it petting.
Love
Yes.
it. Hashtag.
Yes,
Hashtag.
exactly.
But when you're talking about, let's talk about date night. So date night ideas. What are some of the places that you like to take your wife? Just to give some ideas to people out there who are looking for dating ideas for restaurants.
So some great new spots that I like. Well, this isn't necessarily a new spot. It's just a place that I like. Diplomat. Have you been to Diplomat?
Oh, I love the
I have not been yet.
So Diplomat in Logan Circle has this like great French bistro thing. They have an indoor-outdoor thing going on during the summertime, so you can sit outside if you want to. But just like a very great place to, either do like a late lunch or dinner. I love that as a spot. Another spot I really like. It's my buddy Omar Popal opened this place. He converted his French restaurant into this. It's called Lapis in Adams Morgan. Afghan food. I didn't know what Afghan food was until I tried this place.
I love Afghan food.
Yeah, try new things.
Have you tried it before?
I haven't been there. There is a birthday party I've been invited to every year. Susie's.
Okay.
I never make it, but I'm dying to go. It's only a few blocks from my house.
So this place, he did an amazing job. The whole place is laid out very ornately, and it just feels authentic. And it's not, it doesn't feel like, I don't know, the average, like let's say Middle Eastern restaurant or anything like that. It's just very elegantly done. So great, perfect spot for a first date. And little insider tip, if she hasn't watched this before, go after dinner. There's a little secret door on the right side of the dining hall. So you basically go down the stairs like you would be going to the bathroom, and there's like a little door on the right side. It opens up into a whole secret kind of lounge area. It's he had used it as like an underground club for a while, and but it's formerly Napoleon Lapis in Adams Morgan. It's just an awesome like post-date thing to do to show that like I'm an insider at this place.
Oh, that's really good.
And nobody knows about it.
That's
it's
a
great
first night.
Well, now they will.
Yeah.
Now they will.
Now
What about you? What are some of your favorite
I'll be able
restaurants?
to see there.
Right. Now we're not gonna be able to go try it out.
First night, well, I had a date recently, and we went to Pinstripes in Georgetown, and the whole bowling alley was rented out. So we went to Fiola, got a seafood tower. I have to say it was one of my best first dates.
I feel that.
Yeah.
A restaurant that has food as an activity can be very cool. If you have a seafood tower, you're picking shrimp off the things, and you're doing all kinds of stuff. You can discuss it. Fiola also has very strange, kind of like weirdo menu selections that are beautiful. Like there was a squid ink risotto that I had at their opening. Amazing. Yeah. So strange, and your date will think you're so cultured for choosing this thing.
That's one of my favorite restaurants ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
what do you like there?
Oh, crab legs.
Crab legs also good.
But that's also good when you go to a restaurant and it's something different, because I feel like they do have like these daily items that they don't have every day. One time I went there, I had the seafood tower and it had barnacles. So if you're with a date and you've never had that, it's an adventure.
Right, you're
for
trying
both of you,
right?
They're serving you aliens, things that came out of the deeps
yeah,
of the water.
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
It's a conversation
And
starter.
I will tell you, I'm not a fan of barnacles.
So if you're on a date with Eve, do not get barnacles.
You can have them all.
You can have them all.
Take that to the
Sure.
bank.
Take that, right.
Yeah.
But so, and then the wharf, I mean, that's amazing. All Mike Isabella's restaurants.
Oh yes, Requan, beautiful restaurant situated right in the heart of the wharf because he chose that location. So you can't miss it. It's right next to that new amphitheater. What's it called?
Oh yeah, what is the name of it? Oh my god, I forget.
I don't remember, but it's that outdoor
It's
concert
yes,
venue thing
concert,
that's
yeah.
on the wharf. It's like the thing that you're gonna notice when you see it on the wharf. Cool name.
I know.
Yeah.
What can? That's like that's Shark.
Shark,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
you
yeah,
got it,
yeah. For like DC
Yeah.
lawyer types, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love it.
Good.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And then also in Tyson's too, Isabella Eatery. That is amazing because now you have little 6 or 7 of his restaurants. They have
Yes.
little spots in there.
Yeah, and Capanos has a mini Capanos,
Exactly.
mini Requan for the seafood options.
It's amazing.
But I do want to say, circling back to your selection, La Diplomat is also a great place for singles.
Oh,
They
yeah.
definitely have a scene there.
At the bar,
At the
at
bar.
any time when you'll be sitting next to somebody, you could strike up a conversation.
Yes.
Of course.
And then if you have fancy socks on or one of Sim's suits, you probably have a higher
Do it.
chance. Just
Wear your
saying.
velvet jacket.
Well, your velvet, and then you get a petted for the day.
Good for petting
Good for petting.
and other things.
You guys crack me up.
I will say this though, if you are doing a first date, I was just having this talk with a friend of mine the other day.
Okay.
I get it. At the end of the night, do the dinner. Cool. But in the beginning of the date, your first date, I would do an activity. I always used to,
agree.
before I got married, I would always my go-to would be to do some kind of unusual activity beforehand and then do the dinner afterwards to show that, I'm still gonna take you out and,
Yeah.
and be elegant with you. But what kind of dates have you been on that are kind of out there or unusual?
Well, I was saying earlier, doing the escape room would be hilarious because you could find out a lot about a person, how well you work together, especially if you maybe wanted to move into a more serious relationship with that person
Sure.
or get married, how you work together when you're locked in a room. So
How do they act when they face the challenge?
Thank you. Like same with being stuck in an elevator.
Yeah.
Would you want to be stuck in there with them or even yourself? But yeah, that would be in trapeze. What are some other ones?
There's a lot. I feel like okay. I'm gonna say it. I went to the escape room in Georgetown. I took my wife there for Halloween, and I didn't love it. And I feel like, I feel like we're very logical people, but the clues that they laid out for us at the escape room, it was just too strange. It was too out there. Like you had to guess the combination of a lock based on the positioning of hot dogs and how they looked like a number. I'm like,
I would definitely not have been stuck.
it just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Although, even if you sandbag your whole date, even if it totally crashes and burns as to the event, because it's something different, it could be cool to do anyway.
Yeah.
It's a bond builder, so I dig it. Trapeze. sounds very
Trapeze,
cool.
I've done that, and I'm afraid of heights, so that was interesting. Or doing
Where is that again?
That's right down in DC by the Nationals baseball.
Navy Yard.
Navy Yard.
Na-
Navy
I
Yard.
gotta
Yeah,
do
there you
that.
go.
Yeah,
I
and
guess
I
it's
also
really
want to do iFly.
Yes.
I haven't done that.
Yes, that is a great
you
one.
do that?
I did that.
You did that.
I took a group out to
Yeah,
iFly.
'cause I didn't
Indoor
go.
skydiving.
Yes.
You're basically on this giant fan that blows you up into the air. My wife freaked out. She was just
She did?
she was like shaking the whole time. But she loved it.
Yeah.
And you're floating, So
Yeah.
it's what's
I
not
want
to
to
like?
try it. Yeah, I want to try it.
Do a little top
I
golf, do a
also-
little iFly.
And I also want to do medieval times.
Yes, we're going.
Yeah.
I'm your date for that one.
I love that you said
Yeah.
medieval times.
Yes.
I had been wanting to do that kind of thing for such a long time.
Why
but
don't we
I-
get a group together?
I was going to say we should do our group.
We
Yeah,
should
we
do a
should
group
do it.
thing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I like the idea of eating this giant brontosaurus thing off the
And like
book.
cheering and the.
Good date though,
Just-
because it's like
Yes.
all over your face.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, you're putting yourself out of your comfort
Yeah.
zone, right? Like, don't be a representative, just be you.
Yeah.
Right? Put yourself out there. Art jams. That's
Art jams.
Art jams, very cool.
Art jams.
Yes.
Very cool.
Can't go wrong with
No.
painting.
Use the
sipping
wine and the
wine.
paint and all of that.
Like, and I'm not artist. I can't paint. I mean, it's aggressive. But
Well,
this is a
finger
fun.
paint.
I will say
Finger paint.
Jackson
about,
Pollock. Paint with an
art jams, that their locations are very convenient.
Right.
You know, downtown.
Conveniently
City.
located right off the DuPont Circle. For your convenience and dating pleasure.
I like convenience.
Yeah.
I like
That's
convenience.
important to me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then, I still say sports. I like sports, so going to events like that is good. It's fun for me. Concerts, outdoor concerts, especially with the summer, coming up, there's going to be a lot more activities.
Yes.
Outdoor festivals, going to museums, that's kind of fun. Art shows. Oh, Sandro, his Art
yes.
Tech House, that
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes.
That would be an awesome first date. I'm so excited. I'm going on Friday.
It's very, very cool. We did a double date there I think this was like a few months ago, their first exhibit. Sandro Carreza built Art Tech House, which is, where is that again?
It's right
By the Mandarin.
By the Mandarin, yeah.
Mandarin Hotel. Highly suggest getting appetizers there after.
Yeah, they have drinks there, but it's cool because, and I don't know, this isn't a thing for guys really, but for women love the whole Instagrammable experience.
Yeah.
It's almost more important than the cultural aspect of the
Yes.
museum trip. It's like, oh, did I get photos there? Am I doing something cooler than my friends? That kind of thing. And so that exhibit is all, like everything they put on there is always very Instagrammable. It's all interactive. You can wave your hands and the whole exhibit.
It was
will go
awesome.
around
I
you.
went, it's unbelievable.
Very
Last
cool.
summer. It was awesome.
I'm a little skeptical about the sports thing though. I mean, for the most part, if
Why
you're a
is
sporty
it
girl.
Is it that time because if it's baseball, it's 3 hours, or what is it? Just
well, I didn't even think of that. Absolutely right. Yes, definitely true.
Really?
That
Okay.
3 hours is probably a long time to spend
That's
on a first
long
date.
time. But
Yeah.
you're also not engaging one another.
That's true.
Theater
That's a good point.
things, or
Yeah, no,
things,
movies,
or
no.
all that
Yeah, I
spectator
wouldn't
stuff.
do
You don't
that.
get to know each other.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But also because most of the time, you're gonna ask her, is she into the sports or is she not? And she'll be like, yeah, I love.
Well, maybe that's
I
a
love
test.
the league or whatever.
Jen would say yes, she loves. Eve would say, are the seats good? Is it like a special playoffs?
Is it Instagrammable?
Is it Instagram enough?
That's what they care about.
Exactly. It needs to be extra special for me to be like, yes, let's go to that game.
Okay.
Exactly.
If
I
it's
like
gram worthy, it's a
Floor
good date.
seats,
Yeah.
sweet.
So if you're planning a first date, remember a couple of things. I think you guys would agree. Do an activity first,
Yes.
something that's a conversation builder and a starter. Then do a nice dinner at one of the spots we recommended. And
True.
always wear a jacket.
Yes, always.
Always.
Thank you.
You hear that?
I know. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you to Sim
Pleasure.
for being on Dating in Heels and giving us all your brilliant knowledge about customized suits.
And for further information to get your own suit, contact Sim Khan.
You can go to brimbleclark.com and click to book your appointment really easily, or just Google Brimble Clark online and see all the work we've been doing. But yeah, feel free to email sim@brimbleclark.com.
Thank you so much, and tune in next week. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.